Okay, so today we're going to talk about this latest cooling measure that is going to come out in property. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to like, it's not like I already know what is the cooling measure, but anyway, if you want to know, right, the story is like this. Actually, a few months ago, I already told people that this thing is coming because the government already give a warning through this mothership website. I also don't know whether mothership just posted this or somewhere else posted this, but I saw it from this mothership website. Then later on, right, it came out in the newspaper. Then after newspaper, I think it came out in China News Asia. Then today is 22nd Jan. I saw it in Straits Time. And today the government did specify that it's HDB. Actually, during the mothership, it also did say in HDB that is HDB. So let's first recap, right, what happened in the last 10 years in the industry for cooling measure, because you see this thing is a chain of events. So what happened is that some of the things so let me recap to you. If you are new to property or you just started buying, you don't know what happened in the last 10 years, right? Let me share with you. First of all, okay, some of the things that the government has actually implement and make it more difficult, okay, is firstly HDB. Okay, so HDB bank loan, last time HDB resale flat bank loan, MOB is only 3 years. You stay 3 years, you can sell already. Then last time the loan is higher. It's not 75%. I think 80%, 90% also have. Then one more thing is the last time when you have private property, you also can buy HDB. Okay. Then everyone knows is the ABSD. When you buy second property, PR, foreigner, you have to pay extra tax. Then that is the seller stamp duty. So seller stamp duty was actually 4 years. Okay, so it was 4%, 8%, 12%, 16%. You sell first year is 16%. Then later they change it into 3 years. So now it's 3 years. Then EC was 14,000 cap. Then later went to 12,000 cap. Then later went back to 14,000 cap. And today is 16,000 cap. At the back of my mind, I can't even. Oh yeah. And TDSR MSR, which is the bank ratio, meaning that your income, how many percent will the bank use to assess your loan and all these things. Okay, so anyway, why am I telling you all these things? Is because you must understand. You must understand for the past 10 years, what kind of cooling measure, right, has the government implement in the market, right, to actually control and evaluate and monitor and stabilize the pricing. So if you watch my video last week, right, I did say and I did show you the statistics. Okay, if you can see, to be frank, I don't really see a very, very sharp increase in private property. Anyway, for private property new launch, right, prices are still it's still there lah. I'll say it's still there. I don't see a very, very sharp increase, but I can see that people are still consistently buying in this pandemic. The second thing, private resale. If you look at it, private resale didn't really increase. To be frank, if you go and look at what I pulled out in the last video, private resale didn't really increase. So if you ask me, the volume, yes, is high, but it's not increasing. But one very, very scary one is the HDB. I think I read the newspaper today, it was like 5% increase or something. Okay, so that is 5% is like in the last quarter. And actually, if you look at my graph, you will see that sharp jump that we are going back to a price index of 2014. So if you look at what I'm telling you today and what is the cooling measure, I would say that the biggest hit will be HDB. Okay, I say again, to me, my guess is the biggest hit is HDB. Whether the government will implement something for the private property, I will say that I think they won't directly. I think they won't directly. Okay, wait, I mute my computer first. I think they won't directly. Okay. Why do I say I think they won't directly? Because I don't see a very, very sharp increase in private property, to be frank. And new launch prices maybe, but not in the resale market. So if you ask me, I will say that I think something that got to do with tax on the HDB side, or something that got to do with the loan on the HDB side. It's like the TDSR, MSR, or the amount of loan you can borrow. I think that part will actually come in. If the government wants to have something more wholesome and something that covers the blanket, that blanket the whole industry, I would say that is the TDSR, MSR. That is the easiest to blanket, because actually ABSD, right, is not trying to attack HDB at all. ABSD is just to protect the private. So HDB has nothing to do with this ABSD. HDB, I think, like I told you, is the bank loan have to stay 5 years now instead of 3 years. Then if you got private property, you cannot buy. Then PR got to be 3 years PR, then can buy HDB. All these are new, okay? All these are new. So last time they don't have this. Then the HDB, I would say that the government will, I think the government will still come out with all these rulings lah. I would say that to be frank, I don't dare to really to I cannot say that I'm correct, okay, or I confirm guarantee this will happen, but let me give you the right mindset lah. I feel that if you look at my statistics and you look at the videos, not my statistics as in the statistic I flashed in the last video, I don't see why the government will want to implement something to control the private resale, because I don't see the private resale price increasing. So that is something that I feel that it's not the focus. I will still tell you that the focus is HDB. And which HDB? I will say that it will most likely be the new 5 years MOB HDB, or the prime HDB, or HDB above a certain price. Maybe those 700,000 HDB, okay, plus minus. Because actually today, if you want to go and control the 200, 300,000 plus HDB, I don't think it makes sense lah, to be frank. Because the people that are really pushing the price up, the people that are really buying, the transactions that are really pushing the index out are all these 5 years HDB and all these DBSS, all these very prime BTO flats that is coming up, like Dawson, Duxton, Clementi, even the Peak at Toa Payoh. All these people, they are achieving amazing price. Okay, I would say that it's really amazing lah. If you really do your calculation and your mathematics, these people, they are either very cash and CPF rich, or their income must be very, very high to be able to achieve MSR 30%, yet still can get 75% loan. Okay, so it's not easy to be in that category, to be frank. Okay, so at that category, basically someone that can afford a 700,000-800,000 BTO flat lah, I can say that they can easily afford a 1.5 mil condo. Okay, that's how the calculation works. Even if you look at the cash portion, let's say 1.3 mil lah. Okay, cash and CPF for 1.3 mil, I don't think that's a problem. Okay, I think it's more or less the same. Okay, provided these guys are from the first time HDB buyers, they're using HLE loan. Then, but even though they're using HLE loan, to be grant 75% for a 700, 800,000 property or 1 million property, wow, you must have a very, very amazing income, to be frank. Okay, so I would say if the government come up with the TDSR and MSR, which is the bank percentage, meaning that how much is your income used to assess, I think this is very painful. Okay, the most painful cooling measure that will affect is actually the loan. The loan, the percentage you can loan, the cash down payment that you have to put in, the amount of percentage that your income is being used to assess the amount of loan that you can borrow. These are the most painful one. Okay, because this will become a blanket and it will affect everybody from new launch and resale. So this is why I also tell you, I think in 2 videos ago, 2 weeks ago, I told you that if you don't need to buy, please don't go and push the market. Provided you really need a place, then okay, you go and buy. If you don't need to buy, you can wait. Then wait a while. Because the demand is being spurred by you guys the buyers. You see, so the government is very afraid that if you buy and you take out a lot of loan, okay, and the reason is also because interest is all time low lah. So people are thinking like, interest is all time low, why not I buy and everything. But the government is very afraid that what if you lose your job? What if you cannot pay up your installment? What if you cannot pay up your property? Okay, and this will actually create and become a national problem, because you lost your job, you cannot pay your mortgage. When you don't have money, it will become a social problem to your family as well as to the country. So I think this is something that is very serious, that I do agree with the government on what they are looking at. Okay, the next thing that I will foresee is that a lot of developers are also very afraid on what the government is going to come out. Because if it's like a blanket, meaning like the TDSR, MSR on the loan and the loan to valuation limit, all these things, is going to affect the new launch that is going to come in 2021. So I think the developers are also very afraid of what is coming. So let's hope that it's not something too serious, okay? But my advice to buyers is that if today you are a HDB seller, right, then I hope you can sell fast. Okay, good luck to you, because um, my answer is still very simple. Okay, I think that the government will actually the government are more serious in looking at the HDB, because HDB has shown that it jumped too fast compared with to the private resale and private new launch. So HDB sellers, please sell fast. Then HDB private sellers, I think you guys are not really earning a lot lah. So I actually sympathize you. You know, I did a lot of calculation for a lot of private resale sellers, and the people that are really earning are people that hold their property for at least maybe 8 to 10 years or more. If you bought your property 3 years, 4 years ago, right, to be frank, I don't really see a very, very big jump or a very, very big profit lah. The profit may not be able to even cover your stamp duty to some extent. So I would say that you have to be very careful when you come from a private resale buyer, because not all the purchase is good purchase. Okay. New launch buyer, I would say if you can afford now, buy now, because new launch is a very different system. If you expect the developer to be dropping price, I would say that it's going to be very hard, because the amount of buyers that bought in the last 2-3 years is and the thing is, the developers are already they already have their markup, they already have their land bid, they already know what is the expenses. Actually, to be frank, if you know the maths to it, okay, the math to it, okay, well, my English must use the very cheap one, the math to it, right? Actually, the developers are not pricing their property very, very high. To be frank, the profit margin is very minimal. Okay. So, and looking at the rates that is left over, let's say you look at a property that already started selling in 2018, 2019. Today, they don't really have much product left. And if they slowly sell, I don't even think that they will hit their 5 years ABSD. So if you don't know, right, developers, if they don't sell their property within 5 years, right, they will have to pay additional buyer's stamp duty. But to be frank, this is a bit complicated lah, because not all the lands are being implemented by this ruling, and there's still some QC tax and all these things. But anyway, there's a lot of very team knowledge to it lah. I can't really tell you behind my mind now. So I would say that the developers, they won't be, to be frank, they won't be affected so much. They just have to maintain the pricing and not push out the pricing too fast. Okay. And then the next new launch, right? Actually, this is a good thing, because if this come out, right, then the next few new launches, the developer will still be very careful, still price it very attractively, you know. Instead of seeing that, hey, the market is doing well, why not I increase price and earn more money? You know, instead of doing that, they will actually be more savvy in their pricing. So they will look at the market, you know, they analyze, they will do something more attractive, and then it will be a win-win for them. They can sell a lot, the buyer also buy at a good price. So hopefully that is the direction that will go for the new launch. Okay, so if you are very afraid of this thing, then don't buy lah. Okay, because it's a gamble, right? Okay, I tell all the customers the same thing. If you don't buy, then don't regret. Okay, then if you are ready to buy, then don't regret, because I already told you already. When you buy, okay, buy the right product. Okay, buy the right product. You can buy anytime. Just buy the right product. When you sell, if you buy the right product, it will only increase. Okay, increase how much, no one know. But if you buy the right product, it increase. You just need to be able to hold and sell when it increase the right time. Okay, if you buy the wrong product, you hold until die, maybe it will increase also. So don't regret your purchase. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I don't know whether this video is too cheap or not lah, because I am sharing with you a lot of things from what happened 10 years ago and today, and also some of my views of what the government can do in terms of cooling measures. Actually, they can do everything lah. It's just taking reference to what has happened for the past few years, what I feel that they will do. Okay, and anyway, I can tell you that they're going to come out with something very, very soon. If they can give you warning, right, they already have it in place. It's just a matter of saying that it will start today. Okay, it's just a matter of it will start today. If not, they won't give you so many warning on the newspaper lah. That's how the Singapore government do their stuff. Okay, so hit the like button, subscribe button. I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.